all back in. Now it's going to throw the split pin on, throw the wheel on, and see what happens. Let's see if this is actually going to work.
This reminds me of camping as a child when we'd show up way too late to the campground and try to set up our tent with flashlights.
That's it. Try and unwrap those plastic sausages. Okay. Now let's see if she works. Moment of truth. Okay, we've got another athlete coming in, so I'll go.
All right. It's probably going to be Leanne, I'm thinking.
It's dark very quickly, eh?
Very, yes.
All the way from India. Raced here last year.
Oh, we have an Indian athlete coming in.
Mitch, how you feeling?
364.
6 miles. How was that today, mate? Job. Great job. 11 hours, 3 minutes.
How you feeling?
Had a bit of a tough time. Body did not quite feel right. Saying earlier today, he just swam a 5:05, and then he just rode a 5:57. Nice fast riding. 11 hours, 3 minutes. He had 57 minutes to spare. He'll go home.
Well done, mate.
He'll recover and he'll come back bigger and better tomorrow.
Better than last year? Okay.
280 kilometers on the bike.
Okay. And how was the bike?
Bike was good. The second half was good.
Yeah, on the way home?
Elevations and all.
Okay. Was it too raining out there?
It's us with six athletes out on course.
My time took care of my nutrition.
And we've got 53 minutes to get them all home.
Waiting for day 3 more. I always believe to run strong.
Okay.
Let's see how day 2 goes now.
Well done. Well done. Congratulations, man. You've got 1 hour spare, man. Well done. Got 1 hour more to rest.
Recover for now.
100%. Tomorrow, more and better.
Try to do better.
Yeah.
We'll try to focus on nutrition more because day 3 is the best day for me. So we'll not.
Yeah.
We'll focus on day 3 more. So day 2 will be like we'll be recovering in the second half. We'll focus on giving rest in the first half.
No, well done. Well done. Make sure you eat, you drink, you keep your nutrition up. So yeah, congratulations on finishing the first day, mate. And off you go to the massage table, I guess.
That's 34.
After twisting my body left and right in the
Athletes
entire
cross the
swim.
line. We have 6 more to get home. Our final hour, we've got 52 minutes.
Oh, good. Congrats. See you.
I apologize. I misheard the name. It was just too low when Tim was announcing the name there. That was Vishesh Madden. So things are looking quite a bit different now under the darkness, and the athletes that come in now will be finishing under darkness, and tomorrow they'll be starting under darkness pretty much. Maybe, Nick, tell us a little bit about how the whole day 2 starts.
Okay, so everyone starts, they all line them up from fastest bike time to slowest bike time. And so they'll be in pairs, I believe, normally. And they'll be, in this particular course, they're escorted by the police through NOOSA, through Noosaville, and to Tewantin. It's about 15 kilometers-ish. And they have to stay behind the police vehicle or the escort vehicle. And I believe the maximum speed's 30 kilometers an hour. So all the front guys have to just chomp at the bit to get to be released. And it's just before they make a turn the other side of Tewantin before they go into the more isolated areas, and McKinnon Drive. And it's also that whole section there where the crews are not allowed to feed their athletes. So they do go through McKinnon Drive, which is through a bush area, some houses through there. And then they do one big loop around to a place called Boreen Point. And then they come back through into Taunton before they head off again for the rest of the course. Roughly for the first 20 Ks in the same course they did today. And then they veer off and head off to a new area. But yeah, the first bit is all controlled by the police.
Right. I'm not sure how much time we got here, but maybe we'll just take a quick look at tomorrow's course, and we can actually have a. Maybe I'll check in with Tim here. Banat, can you hear us?
Yeah, you talk.
Team, quick one. Can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we've had news that athlete 402 Vishnu Prasad has just exited the race. He had a tough day in the swim, missed the swim cutoff by just like 42 seconds, and he's just made the decision out on course just now that he's just struggling a bit too much. So he's decided to remove himself from the race. So we had 41 start today. We had one unfortunately Raj pull out through the swim, and Vishnu's just made the decision to pull himself out of the race just for his own safety. So we're down to 39 athletes, but we're thinking we've got 11 hours and 11 minutes on the clock. From all reports, we'll have all athletes come through in the times. So we've just had news right then that we have Leanne Coggill has just finished. So another female finisher. That is all our female stuff now finished.
Good stuff.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just had news. We've got another finisher. That is Leanne Coggill, who has finished in 11 hours, 10 minutes, and 11 seconds. We'll see her very, 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 very shortly. She's our 35th athlete across the line. She swam for 3 hours, 41 minutes, 31 seconds, 10 K. She rode 7 hours, 28. We will see her. She's coming around the roundabout right now. Let's make some noise for Leanne. Here's athlete 385, and she gets the job done. Day one, put it in the bank. Leanne is finished. And a huge smile on her face with some profanity. That's pretty much what happens with everyone that crosses the line. Don't take it out on me, you entered. Awesome work, Leanne. Great job, mate. Congratulations. Day one done. Just think tomorrow morning at 5:15, you've only got to do double that distance. You'll be fine. 11 hours, 12 minutes on the clock. We have 48 minutes. And we're down to our final 4 athletes out on course. 4 athletes out on course. Unfortunately, we just got news that athlete 402, Vishnu Prasad, made the decision to pull himself from the course just for his own health and safety. So that was 2 athletes unfortunately that won't make the finish line of day one. But they have the option to come back tomorrow and start that bike. It is disappointing, but we will wrap our arms around them, make them feel good about themselves, and get them on that start line tomorrow morning. We have 4 athletes out there. We've got Fisher, Shadow, Bobby, and Ramesh. Until we get them all home, we have 46.5 minutes to make sure they make day one tomorrow.
Hey, Steve, maybe you can pick up on those stats. Did you pull up the splits for her?
Yeah, I heard the 11 hours, 12 minutes, I believe. That's what I could hear from where
I
was.
11, 10, 11. 11, 10, and 11 seconds.
10, 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she was 35th, but she was 23rd out of the swim. But she looked fine. I mean, she even stuck her rear end out to the finish line. So obviously that's a good sign.
Yes.
But you got to like the fact that, you know, people also reserve something. They've got to be aware they've got a big day tomorrow. So when you're in the final couple of hours, especially when you are moving towards a 11 to 12 hour finish, you want to make sure you've got enough in the bag because you have the least amount of rest as well when you're in that final hour, as opposed to someone like Tim, who had like 5 hours and 18 minutes almost of R&R time above and beyond these final finishes. And Leanne, I've never met her before, so it'd be interesting to see how things fare. But again, you can have someone who's a great runner who can take all sorts of time out of others that may struggle. Obviously, we're looking at the lead female, Kirsty Shee, and she knows the form, and she's done this race before and knows what to expect, whereas her nearest competitor, who's 19 minutes, 15 seconds back, that being Nicola, the South African, she's obviously a tough nut because the events she's done, which include a lot of trails and a lot of climbing, it'll be a different type of climbing. There are some slight rises. It's a little undulating in certain areas, but it's not massive in that sense. But again, if someone goes too hard or they run into any struggles, it's easy for the body to break down or take time out or too much time out when you're taking aid. But that's the other advantage athletes have on that third and final day, is that they're allowed to have pacers. And the pacer's job is not just to maybe run with them to create a healthy sense of pacing, but to also make sure that they keep them alert, or sometimes someone wants someone to just shut up and run with them.
Oh, we might have another finisher coming in here, Steve.
Oh, great. Okay.
Let's see if we can get some sound. Banat, can you pick up your sound for us, please?
There we go.
It's probably Christian.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Great job for being awesome work, mate. Congratulations. Job done on day one.
The detour of 30 kilometers. Detour of 30 Ks? Yeah. What happened over there? Where did you go?
Just I went for
Oh,
that's
it's
not
not
Christian.
Christo.
I went to the day to route.
Okay, day two route.
Yeah.
Then you have your GPS set up for day one?
GPS was working fine. My captain had a GPS. His GPS was working on day two.
Okay, on day two. Oh, damn it.
So I trusted his instincts.
Okay, fair enough. Well, at least you know the road for tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
actually,
good.
I have already checked the elevation and all.
Okay, you feeling good though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, you are on time. Make sure that you eat in,
I'm on
drink
time.
in, and everything, mate. Enjoy the massage now. Congrats.
Okay.
Hello, my friend. Congratulations. My name's Erica. I'm the medic.
Hi.
Come with me.
So that was
Anyone get the
Praveen. His time was 11:15:12. It was a 4:25:01 swim with a 6:50:11 bike. And he's in the 40 to 49 age group.
We woke him up. Yeah. Oh, that was.
We're going to have to get a light for tomorrow night on that camera. We can't even see who's coming in.
Or we could ask the athletes to ride faster.
Hey, there you go.
You got all the answers.
We'll get the light.
Yeah, no problem.
Worried about you.
Oh, he's arguing with the medic. That's not good.
So you've done a night shift and you've come to the race day.
What did he do? Okay.
Working internationally from home, so did work on Indian time last night's a night shift and then race day one.
I reached at 6:10 here.
Well done, mate.
A dedication.
Or not. I don't know.
Wow. Colour. It's very dark like Coca-Cola. Yes. We all do. So what I usually do is take the colour and just let me know what the normal. How did you go today in the car? We asked that question to assess their hydration status and to monitor for something called rhabdomyolysis, which can happen with muscle tissue breakdown. It can cause acute knee injuries, so it's good to screen them for rhabdo. Blood pressure is 105 on 70.
Well done, mate.
Yeah. It's just not worth tonight, please. Thank you. No more work. So this is over.
Doctor's
In
orders.
1999, I had to go to work a shift after day one when I was in Penticton.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at the pub.
That's so you could pay for your room, though, right, Nick?
Well, it's the busiest weekend of the year, so what can you do?
My blood sugar needs to be all good to go. Just let me know about that sugar in the cake. 36.3. I'm going to put that in the notes. Yeah, it's worth 9 If you that would be interesting. Yeah. Oh, we saw.
Yeah.
We saw you run into the sea. Like, where is that?
Is he racing?
Cheeky crew checked you in. So we thought you were here.
Oh,
Checked you in. Oh yeah, at 5:15. Checked you in on behalf of you, and you weren't even here.
I didn't know that.
Ooh. All the truth is coming out, mate.
Yeah.
What with these people?
All the good stuff happens in the last hour of the race.
Hell yeah. So it's down a little bit, so your carbs might be the spotlight hasn't stopped ingesting. Okay, cool. You have his hands. He needs to go toilet. He needs to eat. He needs to keep drinking. See you in the morning. Get to sleep.
Well
Wow.
done. I waited as well. Oh.
So,
Yeah, that's been way too eager.
Erica, you forgot to tell him to brush his teeth.
Get out of
I don't know if she actually heard that.
Pass it on.
Okay, I'm going for another athlete. You take care and do everything that Erika says, okay? Is someone coming?
Yes, it's Jacoby. Christo. Jacoby.
Here he comes. Right, false call. That's Scooter.
No, they're still letting the cars through.
Last one.
So it looks like he's got a finish time of 11:20:15. 4:41:09 swim, 6:39:06 on the bike.
All right, we are momentarily going to see this side coming in the corner.
Can you repeat that time for me, please?
Yep. It was an 11:20:15 for the total time. 4:41:09 swim, 6:39:06 bike. I think Tim is forgetting to plug his mic into our feed again. We're only getting it through Banat.
Here we go. I believe this is
Oh, he went too far. Oh, no, there he is.
No, but we've got another one.
Oh, there's
That
two
actually
together?
Took a small detour, yeah.
Okay. One of them did go the wrong way. Okay.
Well done, man.
The other one is Sadanand Amapur.
Report gets it done. Congratulations. Is that a smile? That doesn't look. There's a smile. There it is. Not as much gusto as when he came out of the water today, but it's still there. Congratulations, mate. Great job. Awesome work. And Christo gets the job done too. Congratulations. 2 more athletes across the line. That leaves us with 1 more athlete out on course. We have Mahesh. And we're going to get him across the line. He's got 33.5 minutes.
I don't have used one of these, so. There you go, perfect. That's a good solution. There you go.
I am angry at the whole dream team. They should stop me. Do not do this fucking thing because now I'm
I didn't catch all of
We got
that.
this in live. Oops.
For those that were tuned in earlier, Sadnan had a great athlete introduction video. Highly produced. Well done.
At 6 guys, I nearly gave up. I was nearly, you know what? I'm just. I couldn't get my shoulder to lift. And every time I lift, that's why I'm harder and harder. You know, Dad said, mate, just keep the pace, go. You know, we went out to 3. Well, when we went out to 3, the guys came at 4. I said, this is not normal. Most of the people can swim like that.
Yeah, it's unfair.
Only fish swim. Human beings doesn't belong in water. I don't know. But lucky this will be my last. I'm done. I'm definitely. I should have told me, do not do this. You know, you stupid. No.
No, we are. That's fair. But I mean, to be fair, you should also be.
I'm going to punish you guys at that trail run. I'm telling you guys now.
Kill them.
No, I'm going to run with them. I'm going to run with them.
Feel the love.
I don't care what is ship. I'm going to sabotage your race. Yeah, you fucking bitches. I'm angry at you guys.
So it's all love, right? Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. I see. That's the game.
So, Steve, Sadanand came in. Did you get his stats?
I did not.
Okay,
no,
so yeah, he's an 11:23:56.
Yeah. That's all I've got written is their overall time. So.
Okay. There's a 4:46:21 swim.
Okay.
And 6:37:35 is the bike time.
All right, team, not sure if you can hear me on the live stream. You guys hear me on the live stream at all?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
But we've just had word from The last athlete on course, athlete 371, Mahesh. We've just spoken to Mahesh's crew. And Mahesh's crew say they're less than 10 kilometers from home. So they've got about 9 Ks to go. And they've got 30 minutes to do it. So he should make it based on his speed. He's averaging about 21, 22 kilometers an hour, but it is an easy 10 Ks from there. So he's on the way in. So we're hoping to get him home in under the 12-hour cutoff. So it's been a big day for him, but
for
he's
money
going to get it done.
racing. Yeah.
Yeah, I told him.
With seconds to spare. It's good.
Looks like a mash tent in there now.
Yeah, really.
Is Larry still on?
Yeah, you're still on with us, man. You're hot micing. Now he went mute. All right, Banat, what do you got in there?
I've got one of the best crew members, but she's too shy. She doesn't want to show up. I was just chatting to her, but no, she doesn't want to go live. Are you sure that you don't want to go live?
Go live.
Okay, you'll go live. There you go. So, who are you and who are you supporting for or crewing for?
I'm Anne, and I'm supporting Sadhana
Yep.
from India.
Yep.
One of the 5 Indian athletes. This is my 6th year of crewing. I normally have the internationals or the Western Australian athletes. Always fun.
Always fun.
People, it's amazing. Invitations to all where they live. A bonus.
Okay.
He did well today. He's just feeling a little bit sore in the lower end of his back at the moment, but hopefully we'll be sorted for tomorrow. But yeah, all good.
Oh, good. That's good. So he'll be happy of receiving a massage now, probably.
He's far from the
Yeah, no. He'll come back for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely lining up for a massage. Yeah.
That's so good. Okay. And it's only you crewing for him? Or?
His wife.
His wife? Okay.
And we got one of your Green King guys to help us out.
Okay.
We had a last minute cancellation.
Okay. Good. Yeah, we are here to support whoever needs it. So yeah.
Yes.
So thanks actually to people like you that help internationals come and do their stuff. So I'm international. I had my crew here, but I was lucky to have my friends with me. But yeah, if it wasn't because of people like you, we wouldn't be able to actually enjoy and experience such a beautiful thing. Yeah. So thanks for doing that.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's great being around so many positive people.
That's so
Fabulous.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Praise.
Over to you, Larry.
Thank you. That is excellent. And you are exactly right. When the people travel in from outside of country, no matter which race they're going to, they do tend to rely on people from the neighborhood, from the city that it's being held in. And those people are vital to making sure that this is available to athletes. And not all athletes can afford to travel with their families to some of these destinations. It just becomes too prohibitive. And these volunteers that come and help you out are just an important part. And the crew is an important part in any way. But when they do it for someone they don't know, just because they want to be around this group of people, we really appreciate those people. I'm sure, Nick, you've had that experience before when you've had to come over to Canada.
Oh yeah, every single race I've done. I tried one day to figure out how many people I've actually had crew for me, and I lose track. There's too many.
Obviously, you remember Maury LaChapelle.
Yep.
Yeah, Maury contacted me a while ago. We had a chat. You're probably aware of what happened, but
Steve, sorry to
with Brenda.
interrupt.
Yeah,
I've got a friend here. Come to light. Come to light.
Very sad.
Say hello to you. Can you see him?
Oh, how are you, Steve?
I'm very good, Steve. Great to see you.
Nice to see you. Yeah, lovely. Well,
Shane's over there still experiencing the Gail's hand.
Well, he's very lucky having a brother-in-law like you who takes good care of him, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing you during the course of the next couple of days as well there, Steve. You take care of yourself. Sleep well.
Thanks, Larry. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Larry. Going good.
Yes.
There, guys.
You bet.
Thank you, Steve.
All the best, mate.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so what I was going to say, not just because obviously that's tragic what happened to Brenda, but Maury indicated he and his son might be willing to come out and crew for us again this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you're talking to him, give him a little nudge if you would.
Yeah, we'll do.
Because he, they loved being out here. They loved you, obviously.
Yeah.
And loved the event and the South Okanagan, and I think it would be really good for him to come on out again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Matt got married, didn't he? His son.
I believe he did, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Grew up with the event,
Yeah.
Not many young kids would hang around with, their mum and dad doing stuff like that for hours on end.
Oh, absolutely.
You can just
One of the
imagine.
funniest sights I ever saw in an Ultraman was in crewing for Tom in '93. Jerry Vanderwint had Alexis Brown on his knee. She was driving his truck up on day 3.
Oh, wow.
8 years old.
Ay. Nice one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, one thing that I did want to hit on today before we leave the day, and I wanted to celebrate the 5 women that were racing today. Now, apparently Australia is well known for having plenty of female racers, and I think they're a little disappointed that they only have 5 this year, but one of the things that we've talked about on the podcast before is some of the struggles that sometimes female athletes have in racing and, being at home and taking care of things at home. And the dedication that it takes to do the ultra level of exercise sometimes leaves the woman who is raising children or of children age without that time to do it during the time of raising children. And we've seen that many women come back to racing when their children have gotten a little bit older. And Leanne Coggill has actually been doing a lot of extra little videos to supplement the broadcast. And she did one that I thought actually touches on this a little bit. She did it in a cheeky way. Not so much a cheeky way, but I should say, she did it as an informative way. So I just want to show this video of Leanne and, what it takes to be maybe a female in the sport. So, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hi everyone, spectators of Ultraman, it's Lee here. Just doing a bit of organising. It's Friday. In a week's time we'll be at the breakfast. So I've got 3 little kids and I'm just going to show you what I've been doing here. So I have got to organise everybody. I don't know if that's around backwards, but that's our week and a little bit after Ultraman. So I have got to keep the ship running. We've got dancing, we've got soccer, we've got gymnastics, we've got tennis, we've got a new puppy, so it's really full on. Also, this is all my stuff. Getting ready for the Ultraman, all the chips, lots of pairs of shoes, and I'm gonna just finalise all that during the week when my crew member Renee arrives. So I hope everyone's going okay. Fending off the sore throats, feeling weird in the less exercise phase of the Ultraman training. So good luck, see you out there.
Oh, I missed that coming back. I apologize. So I think that kind of speaks a little bit to what happens for some of the female athletes, that they're the mother, they're trying to pack for their race, they're trying to keep organized. She was even concerned about the other athletes and how they might be getting run down, through all the stress of what it takes to get to one of these races. What do you guys think on that? Like, is this a reason why we find the number of female athletes in these events maybe doesn't match up to the same level as the men? Although we are getting quality over quantity, and we've talked about that on the podcast as well. What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
Well, in this event, you've twice had double figures for women. There aren't too many other events that can say that at all. Even the World Championships, you've had a 12 and 13 female finishers on 1 year. So that speaks volumes in itself, because don't forget there's a number of events where they've never even gotten to 12 or rarely get to 12 finishers, male or female. And Australia very specifically has some of the biggest names in the sport. But I think you're right. They hit a certain age and stage where you have to sort of think in existential terms. Who am I? What am I doing? Is this what I need to continue to be doing? Especially if it's lost some of its luster. And by that, I mean, they're maybe putting out a lot of money, time and effort and energy, or time away from kids, or they want to have children, as guys do too. But, what I'm saying is they're the ones who have to put up with it for the 9 months in terms of carrying a child and doing lots of the prep work. We've had a number of people who have certainly done 10K runs and the like when pregnant, but certainly you wouldn't undertake a challenge like this. So there's a lot of stressors that women go through that men don't even begin to comprehend, let alone keeping everyone in order when you've got 3 kids and they're all into different activities, and you want them to get the best educational marks, and you want to have family social outings, because again, you can bring them something like this, but it's like a holiday. You've got to make it benefit everybody, or at least have something for everyone. And that's why I would suggest, if you're bringing family and kids, make sure that your partner and the children also get to do something outside of the event itself. But yeah, it takes a lot, but women seem to be able to handle stress way more better than men anyway. And look what we're finding out when it comes to ultras, not only in triathlon, but ultra running. There's lots of women now who are winning races outright against some of the very best and setting new records because they're just saying that I can do this. My body can take it. Mentally, I can take it. So I take my hat off to them, and I'm just sorry that we don't see equal prize money in all races when there is prize money.
Yeah, and Nick, you were talking a little bit earlier about the Ironman race again, and the controversy that's been around that. So for people that weren't in it a bit earlier, maybe you can expand on that idea and relate it to this.
Part of the deal with Ironman this year, they've made the announcement that it's going to go to a single race in Kona again, which means they're going to try. They're talking about 3,000 people, but they'll never get that unless they expand the pier or do something. But the deal is that the Ironman put the surveys out, and last year was 18% of participants were female. But what we've noticed, and a lot of people just leave it at that, but what we've noticed is, for example, at the Mooloolaba Triathlon, which is just down the road from me. So NOOSA Tri is the biggest triathlon festival in the Southern Hemisphere, and the Mooloolaba Triathlon is the second biggest. Now, last year at the Mooloolaba Tri, they actually had more women than men. And there's like 4,000 of competitors. So that's a sprint distance and Olympic distance. And then you go to the half Ironman, or 70.3, and that's kind of where a lot of the women max out. And a lot of it is, I believe, and I've spoken to a lot of them, is they've just got different interests. They've got better things to do with their time. And I'm not saying that they are supposed to be at home looking after kids and doing all the chores and the shopping and whatever, but they just genuinely have better things to do with their time than to go through the Ironman journey that guys tend to obsess with. So as I spoke to Mel about the numbers in Ironman Australia just last week, 864 men finished the Ironman. 873 men finished the 70.3 on the same day. 124 women finished Ironman Australia. 302 women finished the half Ironman. So that's just one day. The statistics are that the men were the same. The women far less wanted to do Ironman. They've just got better things to do with their time, better things to do with their money, and they take on more responsibility at home. Now, just yesterday, I was telling you I got a call from the email from Survivor to put my application in again, and so I went up to put a fake campsite up to do my video, and I live by a series of ovals here at Steve's seen it. At the court halfway mark, the 21K on the run, there's the swimming pool, there's a netball courts, there's tennis courts, there's football ovals. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go and set up a tent and put a fake campground behind the ovals where there's no one ever goes. Bugger me, there were thousands of children playing soccer, tennis, netball, and Australian football on the ovals. It was jam-packed, thousands of them. And that's what happens here in Australia. Our sporting commitments for our children at school are massive. And living next door to these ovals, I used to come home from work when I was still working in the bars at 9 o'clock at night, and they're still playing sport. Mm-hmm. So for the Australian mothers, their time commitment for their kids is exponentially longer because of the commitments of sporting interests, which a lot of countries just don't have anymore.
And I think we saw that in Leanne's video as well. She was talking about the schedule for the kids and keeping that organized. So these are just all the things that pile on for our female athletes.
Absolutely. I mean, you could point to certain athletes, Radka Karlefeld, for example, who had a baby, and within a year she'd won 5 70.3s. Tia Claire Toomey, the 7-time CrossFit Games champion, she's from just up the street here from me. 5 months postpartum, and she's winning CrossFit championship events. So it depends on the person, but most people don't have the funding or the support of these elite athletes to be able to spend the time on their hobbies, which is what we are. We're a hobby.
Right.
And I think the men get too involved to admit that it's a hobby, whereas the women quite happily admit this is a hobby. It's ridiculous. There's more important things in life. So I time-wise, I try to tell people, how many women do you see wasting their time playing golf? It's the same thing.
Right.
It's time. So multitude of males will happily go to the driving range for a couple of hours, or they'll play golf all weekend. And there's not as many women doing it because it's a time-wasting sport.
Yeah.
It's a time-dense sport, which is the same as triathlon. It's very, very time-consuming. And I just think they've got better things to do with their time.
Right. Yeah. Well, speaking of time, we are now 13 minutes, almost 12 minutes to the cutoff time. And we know that the final athlete, Mahesh, was close to the finish line. So I'm going to refresh and just see if maybe he's actually crossed that. No, nothing yet for Mahesh. So he's got to be close. I'm assuming that, we're getting a wave from Tim here. Let me go and get Tim on screen with us as well. Oh, there we go. Banat, is he getting any word? Is he getting something different than what we have right now? Tim?
What do you have right now, Tim?
Here we go. We've got 11 and a half minutes left on the clock. We have one athlete. The last update we had, it's about 8 kilometers away. That was a few minutes ago, so he's going to be closer. So he had something like 11 kilometers to go with half an hour. It's down a hill, and it's quite a fast course to finish today. So we're hoping to have word in the next 1 or 2 minutes that he is home. I'm refreshing the clock to make sure 5 results, but I haven't heard anything yet, but we know that he's close.
All right.
Thank you, Tim.
Back to you, Larry. Back
Right.
to you in the studio, Larry.
No, it is the worldwide broadcast headquarters, not a studio.
Hello.
They got music playing. They're trying to keep the mute on for me, and I appreciate that, because if we get music on the live stream, there are some bots in YouTube that will just end the live stream. We've been very lucky today, actually, and we have not been kicked off the live stream once. For going for 13 hours of live streaming, I'm impressed with the technology that we were able to stay online. We did have a few problems with the Zoom side with Banat earlier, but if that is the only problem that we were going to have today, and we've learned from that, I think that tomorrow and the run day are going to go quite smoothly for us, and it's just only going to get better. And we've had a number of viewers in throughout the day. I get to see some of the stats going through on YouTube. I would like to see our viewers tomorrow hopefully join in a little bit more in interactive ways. I'm going to put up the map thing again tomorrow for people to tune into the map, and we'll take a moment to show the map tomorrow. This is just an interactive map that people can go and click on to show us where in the world they are watching the live stream from. And I am going to just put a few of our watch party comments back up on the screen. This is the one that will tell you how to use the interactive Google map. It's in the comments. It'll be in the comments tomorrow, so you can click on that link from the comments. We also want you to ask your own questions. So if you have questions during the live stream, or you just want to chat with other people you see in the live stream, we are encouraging that. We are calling this a watch party. So we want to make sure that if you want to join that chat and talk to each other, do it as a watch party. We're happy to see that. And also, if you want to send in your own video that you have a special connection to Australia, please send a video to me at um10videos@gmail.com, and we will try and get some of those videos up as well, because we do have a number of memory videos to play. We played a couple of them today. We'll be playing more throughout the next couple days as well. So we're at 8 minutes now to the finish, so we're getting a lot closer. I think our athlete's going to come in pretty quick. So maybe after the athlete comes in, before we sign off, we could do a quick preview for tomorrow, gentlemen. We can look at maybe some of the records that we have for day 2 and quickly go over the course for day 2, so people will be aware of what it's going to look like, and then we'll sign off. And I also want to say my special thanks to Mel Cockshut as well, who joined us for nearly 6 hours today, or more than 6 hours today, because she stayed on after the swim finished because she wanted to watch some of Steve do his work. She just kind of slipped away without getting a proper thank you. So Mel, thank you very much for joining us today as one of our commentators. She was on the podcast last year after winning the race. So, there are a number of people that are helping out over the weekend, and I want to make sure that we are, bringing as much different knowledge to this live stream as possible. So we do have people like Nick. I can't believe it, man. You've been doing this whole thing all day with me. Outstanding. I really appreciate that. We've had Steve jump in here after his regular work. There was a guy working on a microphone out there. The talent, I believe he likes to call himself, the man who ran around the world, Tim Franklin. Where are you, Tim? He was an integral part of this as well. But I think today I'm going to give the number 1 star to Banat, the man behind the camera, for Tim right now. He did a great job. Banat, turn that camera around and show yourself for a second, please. You were outstanding today. Thank you very much. And thank you for working through the small Zoom problem that we had. He's not going to turn it around on himself.
Oh, I'm not going to turn it around.
Thank you, Banat.
That for tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, Larry. great teamwork, and the team here as well wearing many hats at once. So sometimes we couldn't actually set it up properly or perhaps on time. Apologies for that, but we are learning from this and we'll get better for
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
Yeah, and the entire dream team has actually helped to put this together. Even if they weren't on camera today, there were a number of people working behind the scenes for the last few weeks and for the last few months, namely Jeff Morris. Oh, Tim's ready to go.
We've just had word that our final athlete, Mahesh Prajapati, has finished. He's crossed the line in 11 hours, 54 minutes and 8 seconds, less than 6 minutes, but he's got the job done. And he's on the way. We'll see him come along the main street here in Noosa. He'll come around the roundabout and he'll come straight into the chute to finish off day one here at the 10th anniversary of Ultraman Australia. That clock has 11 hours 55 on it, but that clock doesn't matter because he has crossed the official finish line, and we'll see him come in very shortly.
And for anybody that might be just tuning in to get the final finisher, there he is. That is because the finish line is located about 800 meters from where they are crossing under this arch. He's about to go past. Don't go past. Turn. There we go.
Well done. Just get in all the way straight.
54 minutes, halfway 371. Let's roll with Mahesh Prajapati. Great job. Got it done easy. Great job, mate. Congratulations. Now, the best thing is you get to do it all again in 12 hours. Woo!
That's too funny.
And of course, that's Jeff Morris there greeting him.
Commenced today. We had 40 complete the swim. Unfortunately, we had one drop on the bike. We had 39 athletes complete in 11 hours and 56 minutes, 15 seconds. We're done here. Day one. Ultraman, the crew coming in.
Crew coming in.
Gets the job done. And I think they're happy about it. Awesome work, team. Great job. It really does take a team. Awesome work. That is a wrap here. Day one on the bike and the swim. We're 155 kilometres in. Tomorrow we have 275 kilometres on the bike. And we will get it done. We will see you all bright and early right here. At 5 o'clock, we'll have our registration and then we'll be on the road at 5:15 for the rollout. Congratulations to everyone, all the athletes, all the crews, all the supporters. We love having you on course. You bring the atmosphere. We'll see you all in the morning.
That's amazing to get that final finisher under in time is always a nice piece of
well done.
art.
How you been?
Right.
Was that stressful or? Yeah, a little bit. You had like 3 minutes to spare. Everything under control.
I did put everything in the world out on the.
Well done. Go over there, to the nurses over there to have some check. How you doing?
Oh, it was a tough day.
Tough day out there?
Yeah, actually, swim was very tough. So, little bit short in short timing in bike.
Okay,
and bike was also tough. Obviously, it's elevated and rainy and slippery road. So downhill, we have to take extra care.
So it was windy out there. It was rainy.
Yeah, windy, rainy. So
everything.
Whatever is the stuff, everything was available here.
Yes, you've got the full menu, man. Everything.
Yeah, it's a full tough menu.
Oh, we don't have any more lights. Okay, let's go. You're going to be checked by the nurses.
That's it. That's like last call. Get out.
I know, light is back. Oh man, glad that you finished. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Tomorrow to do it all over again.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure that you sleep, that you eat, that you drink,
Yeah.
and everything, mate. Oh, well done.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one.
Last one. Hello.
Here she comes, Erika.
My name's Erica. I'm the medic. I need you to come to me. And stuff. Check your blood sugar, weigh you, and make sure you're not showing any acute dehydration, and you'll take it for tomorrow. Yes. Once you're out of the shoes. Oh, good.
Hey, old mate. Hey, well done, old mate. Well done.
Thank you.
No.
You did excellent job.
Lightly. Yep. You need to get yourself in nice fast feed and get home.
Yeah.
To bed.
Bed. Yep.
Thank you.
Alright. I'll just check him over medically.
Oh, you're the doc, are you?
I'm the nurse. Yeah, I'm the
Oh,
nurse.
look, have I got something to say to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what?
No, that's so good.
Hey, Banat, has Shane got off the massage table yet?
Let me check. Yeah, apparently he left.
Okay. So, Banat, maybe you can keep a little background footage going for us. I'm gonna have Nick and Steve talk to me for just a little bit about some of the records. We'll do a quick review of what we saw today, and we're gonna set up tomorrow, and then we're gonna sign off. So. We just haven't had enough of this yet. So we've gone over the 12 hours now. Everybody, you got to be off course. We've got everybody in except for the two that were unable to finish the course today. So big success there. And yeah, we're just going to do a little bit here. So if you just keep walking around and give us a little background or not, or go off. Apparently he had a time limit.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, I can just throw on a background here. There, look at that. Gentlemen, I would just like to really quickly kind of wrap the day and talk a little bit about tomorrow, looking back at the records from today, and we can kind of discuss what was broken there with Tim and where some of the other athletes fit in. And we'll take a look at some records for tomorrow's race, and then also just take a quick peek at the course for tomorrow. So starting off with our top 5 swim times. This is going to have to be updated now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to wait till the end of day 3, of course, before you do that.
Yes.
Just in case. But hopefully we've got a new swim record by like 10 minutes and 55 seconds or something. So it was very, very well done. And then you've got the 4th fastest time in the women's bike as well from Kirsty. She also set the 5th fastest time for the swim bike combination, and Tim ends up with the 3rd fastest time for swim bike combination. And then tomorrow, if obviously people are thinking that Simon owns that record, but in fact Steve Ledger is the man who actually bested his time, and that was in the same race 2 years ago.
Is that the day 2 time you're talking about?
Yeah, day 2.
Yeah.
Steve Ledger did a 7:14.24. Simon did a 7:18.30. But to be amongst the top 5 times, the 5th fastest was last year's winner, who did a 7:51.20. You got Richard Thompson and Shane Kent sandwiched in between them. And for the women, Kate Bevilacqua, of course, at that phenomenal ride for day 2, the fastest at 8:27.39. Down to the 5th fastest, the 9:02.20 from 2-time champion Deanna Fuller. And so we add up those totals, and if you're looking for combined days 1 and 2 totals, Simon Cochran way ahead with a 13:42.40, and Kate Bevilacqua, the only person inside, or woman inside 16 hours at 15:51.39. But long ways to go before we get those 2-day totals.
Mm-hmm. And when we're looking at those 2-day totals, we'll also look at just the 2-day bike on its own as well.
We will.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
yeah. And Simon owns the record for the men at 11:15:36, and Kate Bevilacqua for the women 12:59:47.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's take a quick look at the standings from today, and we'll see what highlights you see there, Nick, that you want to highlight for us. I just got to find my. There we go.
Obviously, Tim, I didn't expect anyone to be going out that hard today. Top 7-ish, 8-ish, that'll be fun to follow actually. But yeah, the definite highlight for me was Tim's performance. I really didn't think anyone would be going that fast today. So it'll be fun to see what happens tomorrow, especially weather dependent. It's going to be a tough day, and that really can affect some people badly, and obviously the mechanicals that will definitely happen because of it. I don't see, to be honest, course records going, overall course records at all. But the 21-hour winning time is probably on the cards.
Yeah, and I believe that Kirsty is also looking to go out and get a run record. If everything goes well on day 2 and she has the legs left, that is something that she's got on her radar.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of the women are able to do. They're like we had, what was that, Steve, the Japanese lady in Canada that went under 7 hours?
6:59. You're quite right, and she beat all the men by a whole chunk of change. And then, of course, Jen and Annette, who are both in Canada and Hawaii, did a 6:46.
Yeah, and for Jen, I mean, Jen's known as a biker, not a runner. Yeah. So it's this goes back to what we were talking about. The women and ultra endurance, they tend to recover better in between days. The overall times might not be as fast as the men, clearly, but relative to each other, the women seem to recover really, really well. And that's when you always get a wild card with some of these women in these races, because they can run through the field, men and women's field, quite easily if they're a specialist runner.
Yeah, and maybe we can just take a quick look at the course for tomorrow as well. I'm just trying to pull this back up now. Or maybe not.
You think anyone's still listening?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it there, Steve. I'm going to play us out with one of the memory videos, and it's going to be the one from the 2017 day 2, since we're going to be going into day 2, and this was shot by, I believe, the drone company that they had back then. So Steve and Nick, outstanding jobs. Nick, I love you for coming on for all these hours. Come back tomorrow. Come back on run day. I know on run day you want to get out on the course. And
we'll see what happens. That's weather dependent. I'm a bit soft these days.
Okay, that's awesome. And Steve, I know that you've planned to come back for tomorrow and join us again on run day, slightly later due to other commitments that you have. But gentlemen, thank you so much for giving so much of your time to helping me live this little live stream dream that I had. I'm very happy with what's happened on day 1, and you guys are a big part of that.
No problem. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
You bet. Great job.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Cheers. Good night.